before Alex jumps in, Kristen, I want to talk about this with you, and I think we could go deeper on what we mean by the entrepreneurial attorney.
Yeah.
I remember years ago when we first had that conversation, and I think you were there. I was there. I think our friend Magda Fashaya was there. I can't remember the other lawyers who were sitting around the table, but there were lawyers from different backgrounds, right? You had lawyers who were at firms. You had lawyers who were in-house. You had lawyers who were starting their own shop. And we converged at the idea, and Magda at the time was in the government. Right. And we converged at the idea that being an entrepreneurial lawyer means more than just hanging your own shingle. Mm-hmm. It's a mindset. It's about taking charge of your career and seeing yourself as the lawyer, as the brand, as the company. Like, it's the company of Kristen Hardy and Co. It's the company of Alex and Co. And through that, we came to the conclusion that you can be that, at a government, working in the government. You can be that working in-house. You can be that at a larger law firm. You can be that starting your own practice or at a smaller firm. It's almost as if, in the context, and we had that conversation, that there was a lack of agency, because, in terms of how the law is structured and how young lawyers usually wait for things to be handed to them, for things to happen to them. You want to just kind of talk about, I don't know if you remember that day.
Yeah, I do remember that conversation. We talk about this a lot, though. This is a generation, and this is not just lawyers, right? But I think our generation, we're doers. We are not waiting for anyone to give us anything. And Alex, that's a lot of your story, is that, right? Like, you weren't waiting for someone to hand you the big case, or you weren't waiting for someone to ask your thoughts about the new tech. You just said, hey, this is something that we can do, because that's what we do. And I think now more than ever in this current dynamic with the remote work, we talked a lot about that in our last podcast, and then the potential looming recession, and how that is going to impact private practice in particular, but we're seeing it with tech already. You have to do a little bit more than wait your turn. It's not enough to wait. So I think all of us in this room have done a lot of that. We can speak to it individually, but Alex, our guest, I'm interested in your thoughts around that as well. And then just your thoughts generally as like building your brand as an attorney, how you've done that.
Yeah, and I think that is a great point. Like, you got to take the bull by the horns, right? And a lot of people have asked younger students, do you think going to law school is a great career field? And I honestly think it can be great. It's not inherently wonderful. It's not like you're going to go and be a surgeon and come out, make $400,000 a year and be able to help people immediately, like maybe a surgeon. There's far less guarantees going to law school. Like, you can come out and work as it cannot work out well if indeed you're not willing to take the bull by the horns, right? So there is a lot of opportunity. People still respect and should respect lawyers. In general, I think that certainly with Chris and Emil, I know you guys do everything in your power to help the community and help those who you love and care for, and help those that need help. So I think, yes, really being able to know what you want and how you're going to or potentially going to do that is big. So just going to law school, not a great idea if you anticipate you're going to come out, land some big job, and you're going to just make money. It doesn't work out that way entirely, but you do have a lot of freedom and latitude to make it what you want it to be.